Three, two, one. Yo, what's up, everybody? What's goody? What's goody? What's goody?
Hey,
Yo, what's what's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Yo, welcome to the 80th episode of the In Your Face.
show.
Yeah, yeah.
We almost got it. All
we're,
right.
we're off
I ain't
to a
scared of
great
y'all,
start.
man.
We're off
and
to
we
a great start.
and we
Don't
here
make
with
me
my
change
man.
you.
And
Don't
we
make me change you.
he did it. He did it. And we're here with my baby man, Mr. Marcus Taylor.
Don't
Introduce
say
yourself, my
Mr.
brother.
Don't say Mr.
No,
Marcus.
no, don't say
Brother Marcus Taylor. All
oh,
right, brother Marcus Taylor.
R. Marcus Taylor. I got
Brother
you. I
Yes,
got
R.
you.
Marcus
R.
Taylor.
I
Marcus
got
Taylor.
you.
Brother
R.
No
R.
Mr.
Marcus
Marcus.
Taylor.
And I know him, but he's a cool cat. But no. That's
Brother R.
that's the
Marcus
other
Taylor.
that's the other performer. No, I don't
Brother
do
R.
that.
Marcus Taylor.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's
Uh,
good? Oh
you
yeah, we're
got
gonna
me.
we're gonna bug out tonight. We're bugging out tonight.
Oh yeah,
We're
man.
gonna bug
So,
out.
I'm trying to keep a straight face here,
Come
okay?
on, man. Keep a
so,
straight face, sister.
Okay.
Jesus. I'm
so
sorry.
what's
Okay,
your
I'm sorry.
so what's your
See, he bugging right now. See, he.
nah, keep
Come on,
it
King. Come on, King. Get it together, man. Damn it.
keep making me laugh.
Okay, I'll
All right.
ask the first question. I'll ask the first
Sure.
question.
Sure.
Okay, so you just recently celebrated a birthday, right?
Yeah. hmm
What did you do for your birthday?
I'm not really um like a birthday like guy. Like I had a on my 30th birthday I had a birthday party, and it was weird because I felt like nobody wanted to be there. So it was like I felt like I was trying to help them out so they wouldn't be bored type of thing. So it was
People
it
can't be
was
born.
actually yeah. So it was like this past birthday we went to New York and ate at like one of my favorite Italian restaurants, and I forgot the name of it, so I my bad. But we went to one of my favorite restaurants with my wife and my mom, and then we went to see The Woman King because
Mm,
that came out on my birthday. So
okay,
I really wanted to see that movie. I that movie's like my number one movie for this year, at
for this
least
year.
until for this year so far.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So what was it like, doing the Straight Outta Compton movie? What was it like being Suge Knight?
Wow. What was it like? Wow. Okay. All right. Well, I started getting into like acting and stuff. I was an extra like in 97, and then I stopped. Um, I was a professional fighter, kickboxer, MMA guy. I did that until 2012, and I I just decided in 2010 that I was going to fulfill my dream, and I started in stunts because I felt that was the. I'm trying to do the backstory real quick. Um,
All
so
right,
I'm
go
trying to
ahead.
do that real quick, real quick. So 2010, I made a decision that I was going to, you know, pursue acting. So I felt the quickest way for me to do that was to become a stuntman. That was the quickest way to get my SAG card, and it was a way for me to perform. But the whole time I said, I'm going to be an actor. I'm going to be a principal actor. And I kept pushing it. I pushed the envelope. Then I started to get, auditions. I didn't have an agent at the time. And I just hustled my butt off, and I started getting work like that. Like one audition, boom, one audition, boom. Then I got that part. And that happened for a couple of years. I wasn't satisfied. So I said, I'm going to go to LA. And there was a audition. My friend Joe Monty, she's a filmmaker. She told me about the audition for Straight Outta Compton. And she's like, they want you to play, like, you should play Suge Knight, you should audition. And I was like, nah, man, I don't want to be a bad guy my first time out, like, opportunity. And she was like, what are you, stupid? Dude, like, you ain't even got the part yet. Just audition for it. So I said, okay. I grew my beard, you know what I'm saying? I studied him like a lot, everything I could find. I just studied everything about him, the way he reacts, his different temperaments, his different reactions. And I went to LA on faith. And actually, when I was in LA, I was still working doing stunt acting jobs while I was auditioning. And there was 3 auditions, and it was a 3-month process. So I I dressed up like Suge everywhere I went when it came to an audition. The first audition, I came in with the red shirt, some chains, some jewelry, sunglasses, a big cigar, and I was him. I did my first audition, boom. The second audition, I went to they took me to meet the director F. Gary Gray, and is this too much? Because tell me tell me if I got a shot clock. Okay,
No, you good, you good.
okay, timer. Okay, good. So going back to the second audition, I went to see F. Gary Gray. He's about 5'6", 5'7", and I'm 6'3". So he comes up to me like, "Can you eat?" And I and I said, "For money, yeah." So he said, "I bet, start eating, a lot." So I was like, "Okay," and I did, and I kept eating and eating and eating, and while I was eating, I'm just like, "Okay, I gotta wait for the last audition." And it was kind of crazy that last few weeks, because it's like they're not calling back. What's going on? What's the
Yeah.
problem? And I'm frustrated, and I'm living on couches, but I don't care about that. But it was just like, just say yes or no, right? And it was I think the last week I was trying to get a flight to go back to the East Coast, and for some reason I couldn't get a flight. And it stressed the heck out of me. For some reason, just like, nope, you can't get a flight, even though I thought I bought one. They said I couldn't get on this flight. So I was upset about that. And then I see a stunt actor friend of mine, and she's like, "You want to ride?" I was like, "Yeah, fine." And she was just like, "What's going on, man? I wanted to leave because I'm sick of this waiting and nothing's going on, so I want to go home, but I can't get a freaking ticket." And she said, "That's God saying something's going to happen for you." So I was like, "Okay." And I remember I praying to myself, I was like, "Lord, it's up to you, because I'm washing my hands of it. If it's your will, it's gonna happen." And I kept it, So, and then a few days later, I got the call for the third and last audition, the final audition, and it was on the set. I had to audition with um, Corey, that played Dr. Dre, and I knew what I had to do, and I wanted them. It was Dr. Dre, it was Ice Cube, F. Gary Gray, the wife of Ice Cube, uh, and some producers and the casting director. And I said, I need to make them scared of me. I need to make them think I'm capable of doing anything. So we did some takes, and like on the last take, I said to Corey, I said, "Can we try something?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I said, "No matter what, do not move or flinch. Don't move or flinch." So It was like basically the last scene of the film, where we're both in the studio and he's leaving, and we got into it. It was like feeding off each other. It got heated, and then where it was a point where I lunged at him and I was about to like swing, and then as soon as I did that, I said, "All right, I'm done. Thank you." And because what happened was their reaction is like, "No, don't do it. No, 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 don't do it." Are you like
Right.
so it was like I had them all like, "Oh my god!" And then they had these. They took Dr. Dre was like, "Oh my god," and Ice Cube was the same way. And I was like, if you can make Ice Cube, who was like one of the hardest, serious cats I've ever met, make him flinch or make him nervous, I did my job. 15 minutes later, I got a call from the casting director saying we would like to invite you to be Suge Knight. And I was like, yes, I accept. And thank you. I was like, oh, it was a relief. So I felt relieved. And of course, I was happy. And the first person I called at the time was my wife, but she was on East Coast, and it was around, I think, about 12 o'clock on the West Coast. So I called her and I said, "Baby, we did it. I got the part. I'm about to be Suge." And she said, "Okay, can you call back tomorrow? I'm sleepy. I love you, honey. See you. Bye." And I understood that. So I was like, cool. But that for me, but for me, that was like, but the thing is, like, because I know her, and like for me, it was like, yes, that So of course,
Right.
of course, the next day she was like, "Oh my God, you did it!" But
Yeah.
when a sister needs her sleep, you need your sleep. It's all
Right.
good,
I feel you,
right?
man. I feel you.
Now, yeah. So it was great working. Now, all that being said, it was great playing that character, and I really like dug really deep into it. It's like my first big opportunity, like my first
Right.
big lead role. And the first day of shooting, well, before that, I got for some reason I got a call from some people saying like, "Yo, if you come to the set, we gonna kill your ass. You dead, yo. Word is bond, cuz you come to the set, you're done. You're over." So I was like, "I see you there." Click. And it was like the same, like that same week they had a drive by shooting on the first day. Yeah, I think the first day of shooting. So I was like, "I see you there." I'm like, nobody's gonna stop me, dude. Like
Right.
I've been waiting my whole life for this. I was like, man, I'll dust anybody who try me. Like that was my mindset. So I finally got there, and my first day of shooting, that F. Gary Gray comes up to me and is like, "Yo, you're not Marcus anymore. You're Suge. So from now on, I want you to be Suge, not Marcus. When you're here on the set, you're Suge. I don't care if you feel like talking to somebody, you can. If you don't want to talk to them, tell them to screw off. I don't care if it's my mama. I don't care who it is. You be Suge. I want you to be your version of Suge." And I said, I'm kind of scaring people already,
Right.
and I just don't want to be rude. That's what I said to him, and he was like, "Did you not hear me, yo? You got your opportunity of a lifetime. You got now. This is the time. You put in the work. This is your chance. You in Hollywood, brothers don't get none." So I was like, "Yes, sir." So I did, and the first week was crazy. Like the third day of shooting, I saw Dr. Dre and what's his name? Oh shoot, DOC.
DOC, my
And
favorite.
yeah, right, yeah, he's a good dude. So they both come up to me and was like, "Yo, DOC, this is Marcus. Yo, he cool as hell. He's cool. Let's talk. I'm gonna introduce you." And I looked at him up and down, like, "It's a pleasure." And I kept walking. Dr. Dre, got so mad. He called a meeting with the producers. I found out what I was told, that he was so angry. He's like, from what I remember, he said like, this mother bleep is disrespecting me on my damn set. Yo, man, I'm from Compton. This method acting bull is garbage, yo. Nah, yo, I'm not. Nah, he gonna disrespect me. And I was just like, I was scared in my mind, but I played it off. And later that day when we rapped, it was not Doctor, it was F. Gary Gray, Ice Cube, and DJ Yellow and the rest of the group. And I asked F. Gary Gray, I was like, yo, we rap? And he was like, yeah. Okay, listen, I'm Marcus now. Am I getting fired? I did exactly what you told me to do. I don't really, I worked so hard for this. Am I getting fired? And they all start bugging out laughing. I mean, laughing hard, which made me even more upset. Like, dude, this is like my life. Like, why are you laughing?
Right.
And then, yeah, so then F. Gary Gray is like, you ain't fired. Then one of the guys said, motherfucker had a flashback. Ha, 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 ha. And I was like, okay. Now, I was only supposed to work there for 10 days. Now, 2 days after that incident situation, I get a new contract. They written me in the entire movie. So instead of being there for 10 days, I was there for over 3 months. And I was just because I did what F. Gary told me to do. You know what I'm saying? And that was a blessing. If I didn't do what I did, I it would have been just 10 days.
Wow.
I mean, it was that's just one of the things that happened on set. And there's other it was the set was like, to describe it, it was like being in the Million Man March again, in 1995 in October. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Everybody was just, it wanted to win. Everybody wanted to help people
Right.
win. Nothing got stolen. No, not one thing, not one damn thing. And
Okay.
yeah, and like there was different sets of gangs there, and everybody was just like, it was all love, and like my entourage for the film, they were all Bloods, and they all did like 10, 15 years like each in jail, and we're all like being vulnerable as men. I always feel like black men need to be more vulnerable to other brothers. That's, to me, that's masculinity. That's my judgment. And it was dudes were just saying what they like. I'm so blessed to be here. I just got out of jail after 16 years, and I'm working on a Hollywood movie. And I was like, yo, I feel you. I feel you. And I'm still cool with those guys to this day. I ain't no blood, but they my
Right.
boys. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was a beautiful experience, and it
Right.
changed my
Right. Right.
life.
So
That's it.
how long did it take you to get out of character after the movie? Like to
Uh,
release all of that energy.
See, the thing about that, like
That's really
the easy.
quick.
That's the
That's
eat. Yeah,
really
right.
quick. Yeah,
That's
okay.
really easy for me. That's really easy for me. Once it was done, I was cool. I was like, I'm good. Didn't tell nobody about it. I go to work. I work, and then I go home. It's easy for me to do that. But
Damn.
yeah. So yeah, I was cool. It didn't take any time. It just you know happened. It was I don't know.
Damn.
I was good. I was good after that.
So I got a question, man. So did you actually meet the real Suge Knight?
No, I didn't need him. No.
Because
Um.
I heard in the article, right, that he actually ran somebody over on the set of
Yeah.
the Straight Outta Compton because he was
Yeah.
mad at
Yeah.
that they was portraying him the wrong way. He was mad.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
No, dude, that was huge. Like that whole incident, that was huge. I remember I got a call from Bone, who was there, and Bone is an actor, filmmaker, producer, and he's one of the key players for the film. And he was there when all that stuff happened. Like he was fighting Suge,
Damn.
and yeah, he was fighting Suge, and Suge was trying to get out of there, but apparently he didn't realize that the guy he went was with was like behind him, so he ran him over
Oh, man.
Damn.
twice.
Twice. Okay.
Damn.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's funny, but it's like it's not.
Nah, it's
And
not funny at all, but
I remember I got the call as soon as it happened because Bone called me, and I was like, wow. Um, no, I've never met him. Um, I don't really have a desire to. It's
Just
just
meet him right.
me. I never really. I was like, all right, I played him. I'm good. Like I'm like I cut the check. I move on to the next.
Right,
That's
right.
just my mentality. I don't get caught up really.
True that, true that. So I
Yeah.
got another question. I got another question. So what is your favorite roles to do in Hollywood?
Well, I'll say this is what I've been dealing with. When you have your first opportunity for a big role and you do very well on it, um, the fans and the producers wanted to see you do that same role all the time. They wanted like I felt like I was being typecasted, you know, like the big bald black guy, the biggest guy in the room, the most, the scary dude, and I'm like light skin. I'm the high yellow Negro. What you scared of me for? No, I'm serious. Like we real talk. Like what you scared of me? I'm the house Negro. I'm the high yellow Negro. Like we sick boss. What you worried about me? But apparently, I mean, when the movie came out, even before the movie came out, the filming, everybody was scared of me. Even like dudes was shook. And people like the F. Gary Gray told me that, Ice Cube told me that. A lot of people was like, yo, they think you should. And I was like, wow, this is ridiculous. But I had to, maintain my method acting as should. And like since then I've been a bad guy for like 8 years. I've I've
Yeah.
I've literally been a bad guy. I played a good guy in two movies. Like not a bad guy. Like one, it was an action comedy, and the other one was um, a sci-fi thing where I was a police chief and for the sci-fi, and then a regular guy for it was called Paying Mr. McGetty, a comedy. But the rest of them, I've just been the bad guy. I mean, I've been choking women, killing them, stabbing them, choking them, pistol whipping, killing, threatening, kidnapping, all types, shooting people, you know.
well, I have a
That
question because
yeah,
I really liked Luke Cage. I was
yeah.
definitely one of those people who came in. Just tell us about that character really quick because I wanted to ask for actresses, studying other really iconic actresses is part of the job as well. So how was it working with Alfre Woodard? Did you actually meet her and did you talk, have small talk with her, or how did that go? Because she's just one of my all-time favorites.
She's one of mine too. When I met her, um, I think it was my second scene I shot. And when I saw her, this is what I do. I'm old school, I guess. When I see her, I feel like she's royalty. So when I saw her,
Yeah.
I literally kneeled down to the queen. That's what I said to the queen. She said, "Oh, stop! Oh, stop!" I can't. No, man. I gotta
Yeah.
recognize real. I mean, seriously, like she's phenomenal. And we had a long talk, and we definitely talked a lot. And she gave me advice. I received it. It's working
Mhm.
for me. And she's just like positive and just really sweet lady, you know. And
Right.
and that character she played was like, yo, like
Yeah,
it's
she
like
was doing it all.
yeah, I'm like you always see her in like
Yeah.
strong like roles, in like endearing roles, but this one she was just a cold-hearted, like cold-blooded killer, you know. So it
Damn.
you know it that's
Yeah.
just proves that she's iconic. Yeah,
Right, right.
definitely.
Yeah.
What made you want to be an actor?
Uh, I like to pretend. Since I was a kid, I wanted to be Superman. You know, I would wear the cape and the S, and I didn't have like any siblings, so and I was like a homebody, basically an only child. So um, the TV and the VCR was my brother and sister. I didn't like nobody had to worry about me because I was home watching TV and I would pretend. And it's funny, my parents didn't know I had cable, even though I did. They didn't know, so I watched everything.
How did you do that?
No, I mean, because I get it was like they paid for the cable and they didn't realize I had all the channels they had and I didn't tell them.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, I watched. I mean, the last American version. I'm maybe I'm too young for that, but you know, like I saw movies like that. I was just like those like crazy
Right.
high school movies and stuff.
Mhm.
You
Oh
know,
man.
but and I pretended like different actors. I would like if they were English, I learned how to do their accents. Russian, I did their accents. Irish, all that, and I just learned. And when I saw films like James Earl Jones, and Conan. People don't really talk about that. That portrayal of Thoughts of Doom was like incredible. That was
Right.
like total Shakespeare. Like he should have got an Oscar nod for that. But how they did this back.
So
But
what are your
but
top
yeah,
five? Okay. So what are your top five movies as a child that you watched on the cable that your parent, that you're like, oh, I can't wait for this to come on.
oh, wow.
Okay, top
Uh
three. The ones
top.
that you are really excited, to, oh, my mom's not gonna know I'm in here watching this.
Oh, okay. Bloodsport. That was one of
That's my
my
favorite.
favorites. Yeah.
Okay.
Bloodsport. Um. Uh, Jungle Fever. I don't know why. I just really love that movie.
Halle
Yeah, yeah,
Berry,
yeah,
okay.
You
yeah.
got
Oh, yeah.
jungle
Yo, I didn't
fever.
know
You
that was
got
her
jungle
until
fever.
years later.
You got
Nobody
jungle
did. I know.
fever.
I
She
You
was
got
so
jungle
I
amazing.
fever.
swear to God, I didn't know that until like maybe 10 years ago, and I was like,
Yeah,
"What the fuck? That was her."
that was her.
I
Yes.
could not tell, and I had the hugest crush on that woman. I thought she was the most attractive actress who ever lived. I mean, I still do in a way, you know what I'm saying? So it was like,
Mhm.
wow, she was a crackhead. Whoa, So yeah. But anyway, that's two. Um, Beat Street.
East Street. Yes.
Yeah. So those three. Yeah.
Oh
Those
Could you
three.
man.
could you do the moves? Were you out there, or were you too
Yes.
tall to do the? Oh, you did?
No.
Okay.
Oh, you know what's
Okay.
funny? I was basically short until like 21.
Okay.
I I didn't like really start growing until like college. Like I was like I think 5'7" until I was in like I think my junior year in college, and then I just sprung up to 6'3". So yeah.
I was able
So
to do the helicopter. That's all.
oh yeah, I did it.
That's
I did
about
all
as
of it.
far as I can go.
Yeah, my crew, we was
Mhm.
the crazy was oh shoot the crazy yeah, it was the crazy crew. Yes, it was the crazy crew with the K. That was
Oh
the
wow.
team I was on, and we would battle. Oh
Oh
yeah, I
man. Oh
battle.
man.
Oh yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
okay, okay,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I used to battle.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
What was your go-to battle song? Michael Jackson, maybe.
Now Run DMC.
Run DMC.
Yeah, I forgot that name of that song, but every time I
All
played
of
it,
them. Yeah.
I mean, all the
Yeah,
music, all the
all of
rap
them.
back then was pretty much like pretty hot. All of them were
Right.
like awesome. Yeah. So yeah, those
So
are good times.
so what was it like working? What was that like working with Robert Parham and Fred the Hammer Williamson?
That was that was fun. It was so much fun. See, Robert, he treats his actors really good. Like 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 everything he treats them like they're kings and queens. So it was like every time I worked with him, it was like, oh, this dude, he's treating me like a king, and we always have fun, and he's like he's laid back, Like you know, and for a guy like him, people don't know like this guy's like a world champion, like military, you know, structured dude, you know, and he's from Hillside, New Jersey. So them cats out from Hillside, they don't play. So it was like, but he's so laid back, and you know, if there's an issue, he'll address it, make it work. I love working with and Hammer. I mean, I've loved him since I could remember. He's like one of
Yeah,
the real black
Yeah.
kings and like you know black heroes. And let's be. I'm gonna be totally honest. When's the last time we really had a black hero since the '70s? I mean, if you really think about it, how many? There were like 100 black heroes in the '70s, male and female. But today, who are they today? You know what I'm
Rob
saying?
said, "Tell him about the chicken thighs you ordered."
Oh wow, but you
Uh-oh. I need to hear this.
not like he's a freaking funny dude. No, I just I like I don't at that time I didn't like to eat crafty food and like I was like a really like a bad eater like a junk food eater and I'll be like look I need my fried chicken I need my fried chicken you know and you know I just and everybody was eating I was just waiting for the chicken to come and I was like yo I ain't doing nothing until I get my chicken but you know it came and I ate it you know that's all I can remember about that.
so, okay, so who are the notable celebrities that you've really grown your relationship with?
Oh, you know, it's weird because like anybody under 60, I wouldn't sweat. I don't sweat. You know, it's weird. Like, like people I've worked with, you know, like were like kind of younger, you know, and it was just like, all right, all right, I respect you. You know, you're doing your thing, but you ain't like this. You know, like you
Yeah.
know, I met Kevin Hart, great guy. He invited me to an after party in the Oscars, and I went. Great guy, funny dude, but he ain't like Bernie Mac. Not to me. You know,
Right,
like
right,
you
right.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm old school like that. But I'm still cool with some of the cast. Definitely. I'm still cool with the F. Gary Gray. I met a lot of people, lots of actors and people that I grew up loving, and some of them were buttheads. They were freaking dorks. At first, it was like, yo, this dude's like this? Seriously? Wow. But you know, it's just like you just never know until you meet him. You know, and I just don't let that affect me anymore. Like before, I would get
Right.
a little down about it, but now it's like, all right, you'd be surprised.
Yeah.
Some of the biggest actors, and you know, are clowns. Really, clowns have
Seriously.
no con- have no control over their life. Really, seriously.
Wow.
So I'm cool. I'm cool. I smile at them, but you know I keep it moving. For me, it's like, where's the check? I'm good.
Right.
Uh, That's
Yeah.
just me, you know. Like I got my wife and you know my family, so I'm like I got them to see, and I do my stuff for them, you know. And then when it's done, I go back to them. I don't get wrapped up. I just it's just that's just me, I guess. Like I've always been that way. So I just it like I guess being a celebrity really never got into my head, you know. And you know, I just try to be a righteous brother and just work hard and have fun and live my best life. That's it. But
Okay, okay.
yeah,
So when it comes to like mental health, is that a
yeah.
big thing for you, or is that just a thing that you know, that just happened? You know what I mean?
Oh no, it's a huge thing. Um, like I realize now, like I I was fighting depression, clinical depression, severe anxiety, bipolar, um, a severe case of ADHD. It was crazy, and it's like people don't understand that depression and these symptoms are a chemical imbalance in your brain that needs
Right.
to be fixed and rearranged. You need to get checked out and talk to someone, a professional that can help you, not you know not people that you know give you their opinion. Opinion is okay, but you need a professional opinion from a psychologist, a psychiatrist, a therapist, a doctor that specializes in mental health. And we in the black community, when I was growing up, it was considered you're lazy, you don't want to do anything, you don't want to be anything, you just want to do nothing. And that's how I was treated, unfortunately. But it made me stronger. And when I realized what I was dealing with, I got help. And you know, I had some issues, and I dealt with it. And I'm a better person for it because I made a decision that I did have. I need to deal with this. I can't let it go. I gotta work it. It's a daily thing. And the thing is, like, I'm not my story isn't unique. There are people right now in their 40s and 50s that literally have panic attacks before they go to work. Severe panic attacks. Some of these people are losing their jobs because they're so scared to go to work.
Mm.
I mean, that people need to really think about that.
Yeah.
I used to have severe panic attacks before going to school and going to college classes. Severe. It was crazy. And I I just felt like but how do I fix this? And some people don't need to they need to ask more questions about it. We need to normalize talking about mental health awareness. We need to normalize it. It's taboo in our community. It needs to stop, you know?
Right.
So
Right.
I'm definitely yes. And actually I started a campaign on it.
Right.
And a mental wealth health awareness campaign. It's called 2017. And basically it's in 2000 and yeah, in 2017 I was dealing with I had some altercations with things and stuff, and um it was crazy. It was real crazy. And I began to going into I think like a 3-year depression. And like literally 3 years I was literally in the bed in the dark. I mean, I unless I had to go to work, and I was in the bed literally all day and all night. I mean, didn't shower, didn't brush my teeth. I'm serious when I say this. I don't mind saying it. I made me like I think those 3 years I must have altogether less than 10 times. Definitely, that's how bad
Wow.
it was. Because depression is a disease that people don't know. It can kill you. It really can kill you.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
it'll it like it fights. It messes up with your nervous system and your faculties. You get like heart issues from being depressed. People don't like it affects you physically, and we need to talk more about it. You'll still be a tough guy when you realize you need help. That's to me. If you want to be tough, admit you have the issue. Be tough enough to admit you have an issue. And women, especially black women, I think black women, first of all, are the strongest people on the planet. And the funny part and the thing about it is that wasn't God's plan for women to have to deal with so much stuff. It was the man's job. I felt like it's two mandates for a man, period, to provide and protect for your loved ones, your family, your kingdom. That's what kings do. And a lot of us have dropped the ball. and one of those reasons is depression. You know, like we have to, black men, we have to internalize things. We have to hold things inside for our survival. You know, we can't just have a temper tantrum. What's going to happen? They're going to try to take everything from us. They're going to try to lock us up, you know, because we just tired, you know, and that comes from depression. And we need to find a way to deal with that before these, you know, before we get those little, you know, outbursts. So yes, mental health is a big part, and we're going to launch my campaign in January, and it's going to be awesome. We're going to be talking with people and visiting places, and I'm going to the prisons too. You know, prison, you need all the help you can get. Depression is serious. You know,
Yeah,
so
very, very.
I can't wait. I'm excited about
So, do you think in recognizing those mental health issues, did that kind of catapult you into your health and your fitness change? Because I think I saw a few TikToks of you drinking some green stuff, and you're like, "Ooh, this is nasty.
Oh
This is
yeah,
not
yeah, sea
good."
moss. Yeah,
So, yeah.
sea moss.
So,
Yeah.
so did that kind of catapult you into, a change in your health lifestyle as well?
Yes, it did. It's like when I finally was ready and made a decision to get better, you know, mentally.
Mhm,
I wanted to feel better, and at that time, I was dealing with type 2 diabetes,
mhm,
and it was getting really bad, and
mhm,
I was taking so much medications, and I said I want to live, and I want to feel better. I want to be healthy. I want to live my best life. And it was, you know, and it took about a year and a half, a little over a year and a half. But but once I started to get into the routine of it, made it a lifestyle, it was easier. It's a
mhm.
lifestyle. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's not a fade, it's not a fad, or it's not a diet I'm doing. No, I'm eating healthy for the rest of my life. You know, and there's a lot of foods that I eat. I don't like most of the time, like most of the days of the week, I don't eat for pleasure. I eat because it fuels my body and it makes my body feel, you know, I can recover from my workouts and recover from when I'm working, you know. And I just, even if I do a film, a new film or a TV show, I put that in my contract where I need to eat this amount of food, you know. I
Mhm.
need to drink. I need to, you know, drink, you know, like vegetable smoothies and
Right.
make sure I have water, you know. And I'm not. It's not. I'm not a diva. I just realized like a few years ago you can do that. Like people been doing that for years. Like, dude, you should ask for it. And I was like, all right. So I asked, you know, my agent manager to put that in, and so far so good. Because it's like your health. Like you only got one life. You got to live it fully. No man or woman should be in pain, physical pain. You know, you shouldn't feel pain or discomfort. You should be healthy and strong. I know people get older, but you can slow it down by just doing
Right.
simple things. You don't have to be a professional athlete to be in shape and super healthy. If you do 10, seriously, if you do 10 push-ups, 10 crunches, 10 squats, 10 jumping jacks every day for the rest of your life, you'll lose at least, you know, 5 pounds of body fat a year. People
Yeah.
don't realize that. Just the simple things.
Mhm.
So, you know, but yeah, that's the health is it's my wife and we're doing it together. Like I lost 140 pounds and my wife lost over 60 pounds. You know, and that's one good thing, a great thing having my wife with me to do
Mhm.
it. I encourage that for couples, you know, and you should try attempt to, you know, work out together, see how you like it, you know, and make sure you guys communicate and say like this is what I want to try to do, and work it together. It's a great way to get your goals. Yeah,
Exactly
Awesome.
that. Yeah.
yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome. Awesome. So
I didn't talk too much, did I?
Nah, you good, you good, you
All
good.
right. Thank you very
So,
much.
so, so, man, what was you the class clown in school?
No, no,
Was it the
I
class
was,
clown?
I was, uh, I was like the outside guy looking in. My childhood was eventful. I can say that. Um, uh, I hated school. I, 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 you should go to school, of course. You know, like
Mhm.
from kindergarten to 12th grade to graduate. Um, but like I just hated everything about school, everything. And I do have I have dyslexia. So and that's another thing that I know I had until a couple of years ago. It's just like, why are the words moving? Like I don't understand it, and especially
Mhm.
reading in front of people. It's very difficult for me. That's why I try to memorize it. Like all my audition tapes or auditions, I literally purpose or speeches, I memorize it so I don't have to read it because it's weird. I can't. It's like I can't follow, like I can't read the words and me talk. It's like my brain like works different. It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
But that doesn't stop me.
Right.
And
Okay.
Right.
so yeah,
So
yeah,
were you
yeah. Okay, I'm glad. Go
so were
ahead.
you
You
into
good? You good? You stop. Just say it. It's like I'm sorry. Go ahead.
so were you into comic books back then?
Oh yeah. Oh God. Like I said, Superman, Spider Man, X Men was my favorite. X Men was like big, and Incredible Hulk definitely. I when as far as comic books, I was more on the Marvel side, but the cartoon, like the actual TV cartoons, I was on the DC side. Well, because
Right,
back
right,
then they really didn't have too many, you know, um, like every Saturday morning it was Super Friends,
right,
and
right.
Mhm.
I think for only like one season they had Spider Man and his Amazing Friends and stuff like that, and the Incredible Hulk. So yeah, I'm.
I didn't have cable. I watched Gumby, so.
You know what's funny? My wife, my
Did
wife
she
grew
watch
up.
Gumby?
She watched the Care Bears.
Oh yeah.
She she loves Care Bears. I bought her every
Yeah.
Care Bear doll. I mean, life size.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she loves it. We have her own room just for the Care Bears. It's crazy,
What, just for
seriously.
the Care Bears? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, she never had
Uh,
cable too, so she's never seen. I've been. It's been about 18 years we've been married, so it's like, yeah, you need to watch this. You need to watch
Yeah.
this. Let me show you. Let me show. And then she helped me watching like television TV series because I didn't watch Law and Order until I married her. King of
Right.
Queens, Grey's Anatomy. There's so many good shows.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah. So yeah.
because the reason why I asked is because I'm a comic artist, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
what's up?
And
Yeah.
I'm a comic artist and a writer and I write my own stuff, you know what I mean? And
Nice. Good. Good.
like what I used to do when I used to deal with a lot of put down by friends, people around me, I used to draw. I used to draw to get away from all the flack and all the people that would put me down and everything. That would be my safe haven. You know what I'm saying? Now, my safe haven is just going to my room and just listening to gospel music. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
just
Oh yeah. It's what's funny. Like I was a really serious like artist when growing up. I literally could draw anything, and my wife wants me to start doing that again. Because like I started martial arts at 5, and it's like that kind of took over as I got older, and the drawing thing kind of stopped. And I don't know. I've been thinking about doing that again, and my wife said it's a good idea.
Well,
You got, you know,
I think that's something that God has put in us to while He's growing something within you
yeah.
that you like. Maybe He grew that fighting style, the wanting to fight as a way to grow something else within you, like put the drawing on the back burner, right?
Hmm.
And teach you how to fight to get that mental thing, that mentalness in your
Oh yeah.
mind to
Oh
become a
yeah.
warrior, right? For him, right? And then
Oh yeah.
the drawing part could be for him as well, where you can draw out what he's showing you. And you know what I'm saying? That's the
Oh
way he
yeah.
did me because I was drawing my character Jarhead for a while, like for 17 years, right? And I finally got my first book out, right?
Nice.
And
Nice.
then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? God will be like, this is what I want you to do next. So I'm here, actually here. This actual show that God told me to do, while it's on the back burner, while it's being grown. And he
Hmm.
told me, as this show grows, the persona of Jarhead will grow as well. And he said, I promise you. He told me to do this in love and servitude
Yeah.
and for people. And he
Yeah.
said to me, servitude of people and to show them the love, show them how much I love them through your show. And that's what I
Oh
do.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, when I, in my experience, I've noticed the more I do for others, the more blessings I get. And it's just
Hmm.
because I generally do like to help people, and or at least do what I can to help them. And I remember my pastor would say to me, um, if like my career, like if you go for money, you'll never have it.
Right.
But if
Right.
you go for a purpose and use your position to help others, you will receive all the desires of your heart. And I still think about that, and
Right.
I was down for a second, and I came back, and my future is pretty bright, and it's like and when the transition of the weight loss and getting a therapist, getting psychiatrist, and I remember I got baptized this year, and I never got baptized before. I mean, I've been in church since I was a kid, but I never got baptized, and it was just like it needed to happen. I wanted I just I want people to see the God in me, but
Right.
in the same breath, I'm not gonna, like, I'm a Peter dude, like that's what my pastor says I'm Peter, in the Bible, like the before Peter, when he was with Jesus, like I'm
Hmm.
like I'm a nice dude, I'm saved and sanctified, but I cut your ear off if you try me.
Right.
Right.
That you know
Right.
that,
Right.
but then but people forget about you know the prophet, Peter, and the minister, you know.
Right.
So it's like there's two sides of that, and I think I got a bit of both, you
Right.
know.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
See, there's a lot of things that in spiritual wise that a lot of people don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Spiritually, like there's a lot of people sleep, like the woke culture. The woken
Oh
mean,
yeah.
yeah, woke culture.
Oh,
They're sleep.
dude,
You
it's
know
the
what I mean?
Matrix, bro. It's the actual Matrix. People are stuck in the Matrix. They're hooked on. They're literally hooked on,
Hmm.
and they got and the thing is, they can get out of it once they make a decision.
Choose the
But they,
red pill or the blue pill.
yeah, the
Just
options are
choose a
there for them.
pill. Yes.
Right. And
Yeah, the
and
options are there. But
right. And
yeah.
one thing I always go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was saying, like, I have a trademark, and it's literally mine because I paid
Hmm.
for it. It's like to say that. Um, Life is simple. It's just not easy.
Right.
And for that being said, it's like most of the time we know what to do.
Right.
There's evidence in the Bible, even in other religions. You know what I mean?
Right.
For the most part, like in the Muslim faith, the Hebrew faith, it's all like they're all teaching positivity and living righteously. The ultimate goal is to go to heaven, but be good on earth and enjoy your life and have joy in your life. There's nothing wrong with being a good guy, you know. And
Right.
I
Mm.
just think that there are some people, like you said, that are sleeping. They need a
Right.
wake up call,
Right. And
and
you know and you know
it
it's
starts with
sorry about that.
communication. It
Right.
starts with it starts with communication, and that's the
Right.
thing that in this day and like I mean I'm old. I'm an old cat. I mean I'm not really old, but I am a little old. You understand what I'm saying? And
You're
it's
not.
like,
I feel what you're saying. I feel what you're saying.
thank you, but it's like when I even like when in my single days, like I went to 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 functions, different functions and outings and clubs to meet beautiful women. I went there to talk to them, to dance with them, to laugh with them. You know, I mean, and like back then, everybody communicated with one another. You know, and now it's like there's women on one side, then there's scared men on the other side, intimidated to talk to these women. But then the women, they're expect they're. I mean, you should never settle. You should always have a high expectation. But at least my thing is communicate to be polite. If you want to diss a dude, you can diss him, but be polite about it. Now, if the dude reciprocates with something foul, call security. Let him go. He needs to go. But it's like there's no
Right.
communication. Like people are afraid to talk to one another. And I understand COVID, these past 2.5 years, almost 3 years. I hear you. Um, some people are crazy, and no matter how what they're dealing with mentally, some people are just plain evil. But you can't live your life in fear and being bitter on both sides, men and females. Can't be bitter.
Right.
Yeah, I think you need to learn how to communicate. And when you do, like I said, I'm not trying to be like a matchmaker or like a guru. I just know I just think I've been on this earth to know, you know, there's success in the simple things. It's the little things, and when you're with another, like if you meet a woman or you meet a guy, and um, you should you shouldn't really have too much beef or issues
Right.
with them. Like you don't try to read each other's mind. Learn about them first.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
I know it's just like I have a lot of female friends, and and most of just about all of them, all the single ones are saying like men ain't this, and I said I understand, but you can't really. I mean, you can say whatever you want, but but there are good men out there,
Right.
and the same thing for dudes. It's like dudes need to first of all they need to get themselves together before they can be someone's man. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I said, life is simple. It just ain't easy. You just got to make a decision
Right.
Yeah.
and follow through with it.
Right. Break it
That's
down like a
all.
fraction, baby. You know what I'm saying? Break it down like a fraction. Keep it real. You
I
know what I'm
tried.
saying? Show 'em what it
I
is.
tried. I tried. I tried.
I mean, if you really look at it, a lot of people see society. They live in this world of like they follow these blind leaders. You know what I'm saying? And blind leaders and leading them to, against the brick wall. Keep banging your head against that brick wall constantly, constantly, and you wonder nothing is not coming out. And you wonder nothing is not happening for you. It's like,
Well, yeah.
yeah, if you look
Like
at it, go ahead.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just it was just thinking like the Bible said these are the last days. In the last days, there's false prophets.
Right.
That's all they are. There's
Right.
false prophets.
There's too
And
many of them.
well,
Too
they said
many.
they were gonna come out. This time, but you know, th- this day and age, the woke thing, everybody's overly sensitive about things. It's just a certain. It's just a certain. To me, it's just a certain group of people that are really,
Mhm.
Sensitive.
sensitive. The entitled type of people that really that
Right.
are like foreigners because they all came from another country
Right.
voluntarily, which
It's like it's
we
like the
didn't.
society. Yeah, it's like the
Yeah.
society is always trying to force their
Yeah,
opinions on you, trying to force their ways upon you.
yeah.
You can't be yourself nowadays. You know what I'm saying? You can't be
Mhm.
yourself.
It'll cost you. It might cost you,
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
telling the truth may cost you too. I forgot the sister. She had her own show on, was it CNN or? Dad, I forgot her name. I was just talking about it, and she got fired from her job for saying something on another platform. It was the truth, but they still fired her. Now, when it all right, I'm gonna talk about Kanye West real quick. All right,
Go ahead,
all right.
speak.
Just put your phone down.
I'm just no. This is just like straight up. When I
Yeah.
when I like the first like first of all, like, he since his mother passed away, the dude's obviously still hurting, and it's understandable. It's his mom. You know, and but then he just started saying these really ridiculous and straight stupid things, and this is what I like. Every time he says something, this is what I would say to other people. They ask me, I said, Kanye West is a house nigga with influence because he has $1 billion. Then I thought about it more, and it's like, yo, this dude is dealing with some mental health issues that he needs to address it. But he has to address it. No one, you can lead the horse to water, but it's up to that
Right.
person to drink. And then the more stuff he said was just, he said slavery was a choice. Like, there's no way to explain that. There's no deep thing coming from that statement at all. Then he's talking about other stuff, wearing white lives matter thing, and I'm just like, really? Okay, okay. Now, but this is the kicker. He started talking about the Jews. Now, he forgot who he was. See, when he has all that money, he really forgot who he was. Like, black folk, we really have to act every day to survive.
Yeah.
As soon as we get out the house, we have to act.
Right.
And for those black folk that say they never deal with that, it's like, God bless you, because most of us have, and
Turn your light
Kanye
on,
West,
girl.
your lights went out, man. Yo, man, pay your fare, comb your hair. I'm sorry. Okay.
Look, that was Kanye's spirit. He said, "Stop." No, okay,
No, no,
okay.
no, but no, and and my thing with Kanye saying all that stuff, right? Now see what happens. Now, um, I don't feel sorry for him because his mouth got him in trouble. He got himself in trouble, and now they're trying to make him as some type of prophet that he's like. Now, yeah, he told the truth. Yes, 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 he told the truth. Yes, this is what, and because black folks know what's going on, we just afraid to say it because we'll lose our positions that we have and that we worked hard to get. It's rigged, it's rigged.
I would say it
You
like
know,
this. I would say it like this. Unless God put you in that position, Don't let man put you in that position because man can easily take you down and pull you down. But if God puts you in that position, can't no man take you down.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Kyrie Irving, I don't blame him for nothing. He posted something he saw. He posted something he read and what he saw. He didn't say nothing like in the tweet to cause anti-Semitism. He didn't say nothing derogatory about anybody. He said what he said merely by watch. He just watched a movie and read something. That's all he did. And look what they're trying. They want, first of all, it's like they always want black people to apologize all the time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm like, when are y'all gonna apologize?
Right. It's like,
You've
bro.
been murdering us for hundreds. You've been murdering us for hundreds of years, and guess what? It's still happening, even in front of a camera with millions of people watching. Like
Right.
that's like it's normalized to kill black people.
Right.
It's normal. It's normalized. Like, do you understand? Like, there's states in this country that I will not go unless I'm packing or I got a bodyguard. You know what I'm saying? That's actually off-duty coppers. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo,
Yeah.
it like, come on, I can go to other countries and go everywhere. I actually lived in Moscow, for a while in 2012. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been all like over the world where, like, yo, why is it are like Americans killing like Americans? You know what I'm saying? It's
That's
like it makes
because it's a slave mentality, mind of a slave.
well
We were
well
taught
it
to. Go ahead.
well we were taught we were no we were we were taught to suffer in silence, but it's I think enough is enough.
Right.
It all comes to communication and talking with other people of color,
Right.
and like if we were just transparent and vulnerable and look inside other people's like shoes, like we could really run the world.
Yeah. It's just a thing that people
But people
see.
still in the matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's like, for example, it's like if you talk about Nike, you talk about like saying how, like, for example, okay, if you talk about how, let's not even talk about Nike. Fuck it, fuck that. If we talk about like slavery, right?
Yeah.
Slavery is still going on no matter how. Slavery wasn't disbanded 4,400 years ago. It's still going, just in different ways. Like, for example, the mind is still a slave. It's like a person going back and forth to jail. You know what I'm saying? Okay, it's like this. Because I've seen this my whole life. Okay. Cousin come out of jail, go right back in the next day or the next week. Think about it. Okay. His body is out of the jail cell. He come out the jail cell, but his mind is still there. His mind is
Yeah.
still there. His
Yeah.
mind is still a slave. Until you get rid of the mind, until you get rid of the slave mentality, until you cleanse the mind, you cannot say you're free. That's not total freedom.
Yeah.
You know?
And if you want to be free, you have to make a decision to free
Exactly.
yourself. And that
Exactly.
all, like I said, that also comes by being involved with people that can provide information about that. And I mean, like if I want to, like, let's say if I want to learn how to make like spaghetti, I'm gonna go to Italy. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna
That's
go
it.
where, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna go where, it's just you have to when you make that decision, you have to surround yourself with like-minded people that for one, like that experiencing what you're experiencing, and they've achieved something that you're trying to achieve, to learn and to be wise. I think we need to learn to be wise and that's something we don't get taught. And it's like we can say all these things and judge because everybody judges, no matter who they are. Everybody has a judgment on something.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody. So when you say you don't judge, that's not true. Everybody judges. But
Mm-hmm.
that being said, we have to realize, and people don't like talking about it because the truth makes people angry. The truth
Mhm.
makes people literally feel terrible.
Right.
You know, there should be reparations. Period. Yeah. I mean, am
Yeah.
I depending on it? I'll never depend. But
No.
yeah, you should. But no,
Yeah.
but we deserve it. You gave it to everybody else, literally. You
Mm-hmm.
know, we need to claim what we've done in this country. You know,
And
I
go
mean
ahead,
that's
go ahead.
one form of freedom. No, I think that's one form of freedom to to tell the truth, but also have people with you that know the truth and ride with you.
Right. See, this is the thing. But see, this is the thing. People nowadays they can't stick together, including black folk. Black folk they can't stick together not for a second, let alone you know what I'm saying? Because it's dog eat dog in this world, and kill
And that's
you.
what and that's what the other people want you to believe.
Right.
That's what they're
That's what they
counting
want
on.
you to
I
believe.
mean,
Right.
like I'm a perfect example. This is you probably think this might be way off, but just think about it. The new Black Panther, right? They're not going to have the character T'Challa. That was orchestrated by the other people in Hollywood, and but they made it think that no, we can't replace Chadwick. Now I met Chadwick at the two was it 2016 Oscars, right? And we had a long talk, and we talked about how important T'Challa, the character, is important for black boys and black girls. To for a black girl to see a black man protecting his kingdom, you know, and
Right.
Yeah.
for and to see black men like yo, you're a hero. He can. We're not just fighting. We're building. I mean, like Wakanda is like the richest, you know, fictional thing in all of Marvel comics. Like Batman and all those people combined don't have more money than you know the
Right.
kingdom of Wakanda. Yet and yet how many Batman movies and TV shows and cartoons? I mean, countless. How many Spider-Man movies? How many
Mm-hmm.
Superman movies? Like, come on. But we can't have one black like superhero to live on, and they trying to play it off like, yo, um, now no one can replace. First of all, and this is my honest truth. I really think that Chadwick would want the character to live on, especially the way we were talking back then. And for and listen. This is not women bashing. I love, like I said, black women are the strongest people on the planet. I love when I see a black woman do anything because they can do anything. But it's a major. It feels like we have to kill off our black male heroes to shine for a sister. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And yes, it is in the comic book, but we need more. We need more stories about the T'Challa. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
and you think anybody, the executives, really fought that? Come on, man.
That's because
That's
a lot of these people are not. A lot of people in Hollywood are not in tune with the comic book. They're in tune with the money.
well,
You know
that's
what I'm
always
saying?
yeah. Producers,
Yeah.
it's all and networks, and it's all about the money. They absolutely know diddly about acting or
Right.
performing like
Yeah,
nothing.
and that's right. And that's all they had to do was basically just find somebody that looks a little bit that looks just exactly like T'Challa, look
Yeah,
like Chadwick or
they did it for
T'Challa.
Spartacus. They did it for
Yeah,
Spartacus. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
When my man passed away, God bless him, and then they found another replacement. You know what I'm saying? Come on,
Hmm.
man. But we can't have a replacement. Like T'Challa is needed. We need to see that.
And it's this thing, bro, too. Like that's just basically that lets you know right there. No matter what we do in this world, without, no matter what we do in this world, no matter what a black man does in this world, he'll always be pulled right back down to where they want us to be.
Well,
But
that's
see,
why
that's where,
our people are supposed to help keep us up, you know.
And that's
But
that's what I'm saying.
I have a question, and this may be a little off the subject, but since we're talking about action and action films, and you've done a lot of action and action films, so do you see yourself ever doing not the tear jerky love kind of, one of those dramatic comedies where you have to fall in love with someone or have this amazing story? Are you open to those roles as well? And who would you like to co-star with in that?
of course, I would. I mean, that's what I've been. I was like shooting for. First I thought. Now this is the truth. You might think I'm weird, but this is how I felt when I first started getting to the acting. I said to myself, I got to come out like a badass dude. You know
Right.
why I said that? Because I always felt people think light skinned men aren't really masculine enough to pull that off. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? And if you think about it, how many light skinned dudes really that are A-listers? Think about it. There's only like two.
Hmm. Good question.
Yeah,
Very good
yeah.
question.
Yeah.
Couple. There's a really couple.
So that
Terrence
There's a
Howard.
is
couple.
I would say
yeah,
Terrence Howard.
Okay.
Jeffrey Wright.
Yeah. What's the
Who
other
else?
dude name? What's the other dude name? I forget
Oh,
his name.
Michael Ealy.
That's three.
Yeah.
I forget his name, bro. Like, what I mean, what's his name?
And
Damn
I don't
it.
want to. And but when I say that, I I I want it. It shouldn't be about that because we all come in different shades of blackness. And growing up, I was told I wasn't like black. I was too light for the black folk and too dark for the white folk. So where do I fit in? You know what I'm saying? And that, when I got older, I didn't care. No, I didn't care about that anymore because my father, I mean, he's like, he was really dark and my mother's really light, you know. And
Right.
it was just like, yeah, I'm black. Like I'm gonna get stopped out of cops too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like we need to we need to stop that. We need to stop this black on black everything. Black on black crime. We got to stop that.
Colorism, yeah.
The colorism thing, and we need to but it's like it's history in that, but we need to
Yeah.
heal ourselves. And this is like I said, what we're doing right now, we're communicating and we're bringing out in the open what we need to do, what we need to work on. Now we just have to follow through and continue this,
Right.
and so now going back to the question you asked about, yeah, I would love to do a dramatic or a dramedy or a romantic comedy because I can pull it off. I can't. I went in this business to pretend and get
Right.
paid for it. I love what I do. I would do it for free. I was doing it for free. Now I'm doing it for my career. But I love to do it. I love the learning about it. So yeah, I mean, and who would I like to see? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know who because it's like I don't know. Like you
It's
talking about
okay
like
if
a
it's okay
woman.
if it's a white girl. You doesn't have to be a sister, just somebody.
Look at my face. Look at my face.
Look what you
You
did.
know, yo, you know what? It was somebody on TikTok messaged me.
You
Some
asked- okay.
wait, someone no a woman a black woman she messaged me with a question, right? She asked me, "Have you ever dated black women?" I was so offended. I was so mad.
She probably thought you were
Oh,
Puerto Rican or something.
and see that the assumptions. I,
Right.
I and like, yo, you can't make an assumption. You make an ass out of you and me. So don't
Right.
do that. And it's just
Right.
like I was like, yo, and I was like offended, and I made a video response back to her, and I was like, wow, is this really serious question? Like, no, I I love my queens. You know what I'm saying? Y'all all fine, all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Short hair, long hair, no hair. You know what I'm saying? You just got to have that, what I like, I, thickness. Bigger the dinner, bigger the winner. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So that's
Blacker
how.
the berry, the
But
sweeter the juice.
you know, bigger the dinner, bigger the winner. You dig? Like, that's what I like. But no, but yeah, I don't know. I don't just like I don't know like the people under 40. I don't know really. I mean, I've worked with folk. I like for me, it's like I need somebody mature,
Hmm.
like a mature actress. Uh, Sanaa Lathan. Hmm? Sanaa Lathan, she'd be cool. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
make her laugh. I'd have her bugging out. Yeah. That's one, and there's another woman. Oh, she's
How about
gosh,
Carrie? How about Carrie Washington?
Washington.
nah, nah.
No.
Uh, nah. She's a great actress, but nah, no. What's the sister that was she won the Oscar for 12 years as a slave? She's actually
Oh,
in
Lupita.
yeah,
Lupita. Yes.
definitely her. What? That'd be she's phenomenal. That'll be that'd be
Yeah.
That's
me
my
and
Yeah.
her.
next baby mama.
Oh word. Yeah, she's man, she's wow.
So
That's
Yes.
just
It's
beauty.
been-
Yeah. So
I,
yeah,
got- I got the
yeah,
big question. I got a big
yeah,
question, right? So
yeah.
would you ever do you see yourself as like a A-lister, or just like just you just doing this? You see yourself as an A-lister?
Yeah, yeah. I think you got to in my line of work. Um,
Hmm.
like I thought I was a lister when I was a stunts. Just nobody knew about it, and it
Hmm.
was just. But I just kept, like, I just keep coming. Like I'm a stalker. Like, or yeah, either you're gonna call the cops somewhere, you're gonna hire me. This. I just. Some people thought I'm pushy, but I'm like, no, I have tenacity and I have faith,
Right.
and combining with all of that, yeah. And shoot, you never know. I could win the Oscar.
Yeah. I mean, I
I mean, and I didn't. You know what's funny? I didn't really think about that till someone actually told me that. And it was just like, wow.
wow.
Yeah.
The reason why,
Sometimes you have
yeah,
to hear that from other people. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Like
when did
I didn't realize. Yeah, go ahead.
so when did you
Go ahead.
start acting?
Wow, like, five. Like as far as watching television, like I would make costumes. No, I would make my own weapons, spray paint them black to look real, which was probably stupid. But back then that's what I did. I had a lot of ninja outfits, a lot of Zorro outfits. Wow, I was like a different color ninja for forever. Um, so I was, it was always, it was funny, like when it come to plays, like when at like children plays, I would have like huge stage fright,
Right,
and
right.
I mean that comes from the clinical anxiety, like literally, like feel like you're about to faint, your heart's racing, there's nothing in your brain, there's no words forming, and it was just like crazy. Like I had issues, doing speeches in class. then I think fighting, being a pro fighter, helped me with that a lot. Um, Especially, I was an overweight guy, so my body wasn't flattering back then.
Mm.
Least for like, like I was a fat kid when I was younger until I turned, I think, uh 19. Then I got really muscular until I was like 25, or no 28. Then I was like over 330 pounds, like from 28 to I guess to 40. Well, I don't want to say my age, but well, you probably figured it out. But yeah, like for like 15 years, I was basically over 300 and something pounds, but I was still fighting, and so
Damn.
and I would have to cut. I would always have to cut like 80 pounds to fight at 265, to weigh in at 265, and that's still a lot. That was still too much weight. And
Cause
but
I'm
yeah,
250.
yeah,
I'm 6'2".
yeah, rough. Yo, um, I just say, like, for me, like, when you have to take your shirt off, and and growing up, like, dude, like, people are mean to you. Like, I've heard everything. Like I would pray that nobody says anything about me, like the way I look, you know. Like, people, like, even I went to the barber shop once. Somebody thought I was a girl. That's how bad it was. You know what I'm
Damn.
saying? Yeah, it was bad. It was rough. It was rough. You know what I'm saying? But you know, there's a point where I'm just, I made a decision, like, yo, I'm gonna do. When I turned 20 years old, I said I'm gonna make a decision that I'm gonna be me, and I'm not gonna be afraid of any work ethic. I'm have a strong work ethic. I'm gonna do this and do that. And when I started fighting, um, I would have. I'm gonna tell you, I would have big panic attacks before, like, all my fights, like severe panic attacks. And then, like, my one of my trainers would stretch me out for like 10 minutes, and I would do these breathing exercises. And I'd say a little prayer, and then right before the fight, my head trainer would smack me hard as hell, in my face and on my chest, and that pissed me off. And then, you know what else he said? Said in my ear, this guy's a cop, because I didn't like cops back then. So I turned into a warrior. I turned into a gladiator, someone who, like, and I never went for the knockout. I I always wanted to entertain the crowd, because I would do all sorts of kicks. I was fast kicks, jumping kicks, even at my weight. And when you're a big dude that can move faster than a 120-pound man, that's something good to watch. And, like, I got more attention. At first, like, they see me as like, who is this fat guy with titties and all this stuff? But then you knock the guy out in 30 seconds, just like, oh, this dude with titties ain't bad. He's bad, mother. So, and then I kept winning and winning, knocking dudes out. And then there was a point where I couldn't find any opponents. I was going, like, cancellations of fights because people didn't want to fight me. I remember I tried to fight Kimbo Slice, rest in peace, and
Ooh.
he didn't want to fight me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Because
wow.
they knew the inside people knew what I was about, and knew what I could do. And then, I finally made that decision that I wanted to be an actor, instead of, just fighting. And
Wow.
but being a fighter, fighting in front of thousands and thousands and thousands of people, and performing in front of them, you have to do interviews, press conferences. It helped me. That kind of helped me with performing. And
Wow.
then with me doing, pretending my whole life, when I watched, TV or a movie, it just that was my training. That was my training.
Wow.
And then after
Wow.
that, I could talk. Like, I mean, it's like I knocked out a dude in the cage or something. Like, I can talk in front of people now. I mean, that's hard, fighting in front of people. That's hard. But pretending, nah.
It's
I
easy.
yeah, especially if you're good at it.
Wow.
and you
Have
like
you
it.
have you ever had a speech impediment?
No, my dad did when he was younger, and
Yeah.
but he overcame it. So
Yeah.
he had it really bad. He had it really,
It's,
really, really bad, but he
yeah, it's
overcame it.
hard to overcome that because I
Yeah,
have it myself. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because
man.
you can when you're talking, it like stuttering, some stuttering like kind of
Yeah.
like it cuts you off, and like when you're trying to make it sense, put it together, it's like, and it stops you in your
Well, I
track.
do that. I do that. It's something like my brain is slower than my mouth or something.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
And it's
yeah,
like I used to take
yeah,
classes for that because it's not that you're slow, it's just that you're
yeah,
slow to
yeah,
grasp everything what you're trying to say. Your
yeah,
mind is fast, but your lips is slow to grasp it and say it out. And so when you're trying to say it, your stuttering begins to stop
Take
it.
over. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's
yeah.
why that's why sometimes when I'm talking, I have to slow down when I'm talking and
Yeah.
be able
Oh yeah,
to,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I
You have
yeah, that I've dealt with. I've dealt with that. Like it's funny. Like I have a form of autism.
mhm.
Like I said, like I got all this shit, and but it doesn't stop me. Like, and that's what I tell people is like, yo, everybody goes through stuff, right? The important thing is, will that stuff stop you?
No.
That's the thing. You got to keep like you have to keep pushing. Not just for the people you love and care about, but for your own state of mind.
Right.
You achieve an objective. It will change your confidence will grow, your
Mhm.
patience will grow. Like I said, even every bad thing you deal with, it's a learning experience. Will make you stronger. Like what doesn't kill you
Right.
makes you stronger. That is literally the truth. Like
Right.
everything in this world, everything trials and tribulations we go through makes us stronger if we decide to work and better ourselves from that. And that's how life, I think, like life should be. Like that's one thing. Trials and tribulations will always happen. Just like it's always going to rain, like a couple times a year. You know it's going to come, you know what I'm saying? But the
Mhm.
sun comes out immediately after when it's raining. It's like we just got
Right.
to apply simple things. We need to apply simple things to our life to help us, function and to
Right.
to to live our best life. I don't want to like rich. Hey, I ain't rich yet. I'm comfortable. I ain't rich yet. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, if I do it, I'd be great.
Right.
But I'd rather but I'm wealthy now.
Right.
I'm wealthy now. And like, I've never felt this way, like physically, spiritually, like I've always had faith and I always, believed in myself. But now it's like I feel healthy,
Right.
and like I said, like, um, 4 months ago, real quick, that's actually, I gotta go soon because it's getting. But I'll tell you this: is like 4 months ago, I went to my doctor and I took a blood test. The next day, she calls me and says you have to get off your diabetes medication. And I was like, what's wrong? It's like, oh, you don't need to take it anymore. And I was like, what are you talking? She said your A1C is 5.5, which is way below the pre-diabetes mark. And I'm like, so you're saying I don't have it? Yes.
That was
But I
God.
was, I was, yeah, yeah. I was like, it's like when you win let's say you win $1 billion and you can't believe you actually a billionaire. That's how I was feeling. I was just
Mhm.
like, wow. But I made a decision a year and a half before that I was gonna. I never thought. I always thought I would always, deal with, my diabetes. and
Hmm.
and I was like, I didn't know you can get better from it, And I have a friend now who is suicidal, and he's young. He's in his late 40s, and he feels like his life is over. He's on dialysis, but the doctors say if he starts to do things, it can change. Like I said, everything like I always there's always an option, and there's always hope. And if you have a little hope in you and a little faith, God will hear that and breathe on
All right, bring
it.
it to
Then it's
life.
just like,
You know.
yeah, and that's how I try to live my life. And so far, it's been working really good. So, and I'm gonna keep it going and help people along the way.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
hell yeah, yeah. You know, is there anything else you want to say to the people?
Well, at least tell us the name of your campaign again that you're going to
Oh,
launch in
it
January. One more time.
2017. The TWOZER. I'm sorry, ZERO and the number 17. And we have a what is it on Instagram? We have a page on Instagram. 2017. You can follow us, and you can follow me on Instagram. I am R Marcus Taylor, not Marcos. I am Marcus with the U.
With the
Um,
okay,
yeah,
I got it
and
right.
yeah,
Okay.
and no, I've been called Marcos forever, and I was like, no, it's Marcus.
Yeah.
And that started when even in my fighting days, when the announcer would say Marcos Taylor, and I was like, dude, it's Marcus. Why do you keep insisting? I think he was drunk. I'm serious. I'm telling you. But yeah, that's been and it went into the acting thing. But no, it's Mark with the U. And I'm also on TikTok, R Marcus Taylor on TikTok. So and I do actually respond. I'm not Hollywood. I just work there. So you can holler at me and I'll holler at you back.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right. So, thank y'all for watching. It's
Yes.
Y'all
been
got
well.
y'all got Instagram and TikTok?
I got Instagram and I got TikTok. Yeah.
I do. I do.
Yo, follow me
Okay.
and I'll follow y'all.
I do
See,
already.
you do?
What's your
I do.
Damn,
I,
I
I
gotta
just
find
follow
out.
you on TikTok. I'm not on the other social. I follow TikTok because TikTok is just a little bit more fun. But
Yeah,
I follow
no,
a lot of
yeah,
people on
yeah.
TikTok. Yeah, TikTok. But yeah, I do. I follow you and a lot of a lot of people on TikTok.
I'm gonna follow you definitely, and I'm gonna follow you. We
yeah,
Facebook friends, so yeah,
Yes.
I got y'all. I got y'all definitely.
yeah. I'll send you my handles after we go off the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, no
Man, it's
problem,
been
no
great.
problem.
We plugged out, didn't we? We
Yeah,
had a little.
yeah.
Especially
You
in the
know,
beginning.
Yeah, right.
I would like to, I would like to bring you back on the show for a recap show. For a
We can
recap
do
show.
that.
And,
Yeah,
yeah,
we can do that.
yeah, I would like to bring you back for a recap show. Whenever you're ready to promote that campaign more, let me
Yeah.
know.
Oh yeah. I just realized like if there's a show called Step Up High Water. It's on
Hmm.
Stars. I'm in that, so you could check that out. Watch, from the watch it from the first season to now.
Awesome.
It yeah, I'm
And
in that.
tomorrow never ends, right? Are you on that as well?
What is that?
Still.
What is that? What is that? What is that? I don't even know.
You're not in the. Oh, okay, I thought you were on a series called Tomorrow Never Ends.
Am I? Yo, seriously, I'm gonna be real with you.
It's
There's a lot of stuff I'm doing, and I'm like, yo, when they cut the checks, I get the
you just
checks,
go home.
and
Yeah, I get it.
I'm like blissfully ignorant to some of the stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because like now I got like some people helping me with it, like publicist, agent, manager. I mean, I still make sure I do what I gotta do, but like sometimes I just either forget or I don't care. but it's
Right.
important. Um, I did a series. I filmed a series called oh shoot, I hate when I see I forget. Ooh, something Hill. Look, check this out. Look, you can find out on imdb.com and just type in R. Marcus Taylor and you'll see all my my credits and new stuff I'm on. And
Okay.
there's new stuff that I'm working on now, way into the next year that I actually can't say contractually, like I can't talk about it. But when it does, y'all will know,
Awesome.
and
Awesome. Awesome.
and it won't be boring. Cause think about
Awesome.
this, I in every scene I've ever done, I have never done one boring scene. Just think about that. Just think about that. Like, yo, have I? Like, it's everything's been like it was crazy. Like, whatever I was, it was crazy.
Right.
Wow.
And that's what I like about the like performing, because I'll never be boring. I'm just saying, at least to me anyway.
Uh,
I'm boring in real life. I'm boring in real
hey, I
life.
mean, sometimes I get a little bored sometimes too. I ain't gonna worry about it.
It's all good. It's all good.
It's
We's
all
getting
good.
old.
I'm
So
getting
yeah.
old. I'm
Uh,
getting old, but it's all right. It's all right.
but
It's all
nah,
good.
yo,
Well, it's
thank
been a
y'all for
pleasure. Thank you for talking
Yes,
to us.
so much pleasure,
yes.
man.
And I will definitely follow both of you people, young nice people. I
Thank
appreciate you having me on. And
Yeah.
you going to kick me in the neck, but what's your name again?
Oh my gosh.
I'm so sorry.
My name is Nakia. It's okay. I'm gonna probably work with you soon on a Robert Parham film, I'm sure.
Oh, that's right. Wait, did we meet at
Yes.
that was you? Okay. See? Okay.
So
I've been kicked in the head a lot.
I'm really the boring person.
Nah, no, okay. I got you. Got you. Hey, Nakia, I won't forget now.
It's
We're
okay.
here. We're here
Me
now. You're
too.
my homie.
Okay.
Word up. We're all
Got you.
homies. All right. Well, thanks for having me, guys. Really.
Yeah.
It's always welcome, bro. You're always welcome. Always.
All right.
But
All
Thank
right.
yeah,
you.
Well,
thank y'all for watching. It's
yeah.
been well. It's been that in your face.
Yeah.
Show.
Mm.
And we out of here. Peace.
Peace.